Nice.
Oh man, that reminds me of my ISOs that I gotta do every day. Okay. All right. You feel me though? Like it's that natural shit.
It's on me. Wasn't ready for you. You've got to know.
Yo. What up, though? Your boy Shigeto here. We on the rooftop. Shaii David, one of my besties, my new bestie. We're just having some sushi. We got the sunset. We got some brews. We got the nice water.
Parachute.
Got to stay hydrated.
Yeah.
You know, and we're here to just like chill, chat about Shaii's EP. Have a little chat about the artistic process.
Yeah.
You know?
Music and all those things.
Music and all those things. I first heard of you through John FM. He hit me up one day. He was like, yo, check these rough tracks out. This young artist came back to Detroit named Shaii. She plays guitar, sings, produces. I checked it out. I was like, yo, this is wild. Yeah, let's link and see what's good, see if she needs some help. And immediately I could hear so many classic influences, but with your modern spin. And of course, the lack of loops, you know? But I could hear like Chaka Khan production, I could hear Sade, I could hear all these things. And not just within the kind of Sade respin you did, you know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, would you want to talk about what you're influenced by? Like, is my antenna somewhat there, or?
Yeah, definitely some like funk and just instrumentally based artists that, you know, I listened to over the past couple years. I had some friends who reintroduced me to Ready for the World, and I really got into them for a while, just really liking their dynamic and their lead man. And it was a myriad of like just artists that I feel like I kind of pulled from. I had wanted to do more rap pockets and end up kind of having a compromise on What Is Love, where it's, you know, I'm in this rappier pocket, but it's not necessarily that.
You have these kind of very classic sounds that you incorporate to your music, whether it's, you know, a kind of shuffle 80s like Lindrum pattern or something, you know, or just your 808 programming. But what makes you need to kind of completely disregard tradition and kind of put your spin on these songs that can maybe be like 3-4 different ideas within one? I find that to be very youthful, honestly. It's like the idea of having tracks that are 2 minutes or less, or less than 3 minutes. I think it's a new generation type thing, but I'm not like against it. I think it's a whole new way of digesting stuff. So like, are you thinking of, when you're making this stuff, are you like, I need to make this constantly changing. I need to make it different. It needs to, I don't know.
Part of it, I think, is me being defiant of some of the first pieces of music that I made and being stuck in loops just because of my knowledge. And I feel like, you know, making music, I feel like I was like, okay, things need to change. Like, we can't, you know, stay in these same places. But also, I feel like that's just kind of how my emotions toward subjects and material kind of are, where it's like I've somehow adapted to that or gained that skill through just like moving around a little bit as a kid, you know, and you know, being able to adapt to different situations, and I just I feel like if anything, a lot of the abrupt endings are just kind of how I go through my emotions, where it's like a bunch of this shit, and then eventually it's like, all right, you know what?
It's like, well,
you know what I'm saying? I got, you know, I feel like it's very freeing. If
so you'd consider the tracks to kind of represent just yourself and how you think and exist in your world, in the world.
Yeah, I feel, and you know, making music, I mean, you know, it's like a lot of times you're by yourself in the midst of, you know, either putting together ideas or having them. So, you know, in this process, I was really, you know, solo, you know, putting together. Tell me more about the actual process. Honestly, some of these tracks were just practice tracks. Being a fresh and young producer, you know, just learning a lot still. Some of these tracks I built off of just being like, okay, I want to try to get an idea out, and then later on being like, okay, I actually really like this and wouldn't mind releasing this. Awake is one of those tracks, and a few decisions were made through me like having a phone call with somebody and being like, what do you think, and them kind of getting me to not go crazy by myself, because I feel like I always like call like you or Mark or my boy Brian when I'm like about to crash out on something, and then like we'll have like a 10-minute conversation.
For sure. I mean, fresh ears are always good, you know.
Yeah.
For anything, fresh eyes, fresh perspective.
You know. So in the process of that, just being by myself and having to deal with all my emotions by myself. So a lot of even, you know, some of the lines that are in these tracks are just internal conversations, you know what I'm saying, just with myself, and I feel like for people who just spend a lot of time like being able to observe or being able to just like sit with their thoughts because of life.
Shaii David, vocalist, guitarist, producer, composer. You know what? It's suburban thug.
Yeah. No, it's so crazy because I really need to patent that. Like just be like, this is our brand.
Your brand.
No, like honestly, I feel like I'm just now starting to claim those things, especially after going through the hell of completing ideas, you know, and like being on my little crash out sprees. I feel like I'm really at that point of just like stepping into it and being like, you know, like, yeah, this is what I do. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I moved around so much and I've been able to experience different types of music. I feel like that's what helped, what is probably something that we have in common that kind of helps us glue together so well. And I mean, I feel like I'm just still learning so much.
I mean, honestly, the music is there and there's a lot of talent, but we get on because we get on as humans, you know? Yeah. The music is a no-brainer. It's gonna be good, right? Or we're not, like, what are we doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fucking dope. There you go. Your boy Shigeto here, chatting with Detroit soon-to-be legend, Shaii David. You gotta check out her EP1 on Spotify, Tidal, all of that. And hopefully we'll be working on, you know, all of that.
I was with someone that I was in love with, you know what I mean? We were in love, you know, we were together, so and that's got a real drug, isn't it?